So you're a brand new coach and you're working on your offer. You are discovering what types of aligned clients you want to work with. And then boom, you're thinking about sales calls and you feel frozen, paralyzed. There are so many things that come up when it comes to sales calls and being able to execute a sales call where you are able to close a client and be able to book them into your program. So in this episode, I'm going to peel the curtain back a little bit in terms of sales calls and how I used to do them when I did sales calls and also how I teach them inside Business Activation Academy. So I'm going to give you a little taste of what that looks like and how you can conduct the most incredible sales calls with your prospective clients, including what type of scheduling platform you can use, questions, what to ask, how to present yourself, set intentions for the call, affirmations that I like to use before calls, and so much more. So if you are excited to jump into sales call land in the most intentional and conscious way, you are in the right place. Let's dive right in. I'm your host, Tiffany Cheung, your go-to for all things marketing, mindset, and manifestation. I grew my online business from 0 to beyond 6 figures in 8 months. My purpose is to empower women to step into the highest, most aligned versions of themselves. If you are ready to take charge of your life, learn how to design a wildly successful business, and leave limiting beliefs behind, you've come to the right place. You will learn the actionable tips and step-by-step strategies on money, manifestation, and social media. It's time to step into your role as boss, to raise your vibration and tap into your unlimited potential today. Welcome to the Social Reset Podcast. Oh, the infamous sales calls. When you become a brand new coach, eventually you get to the point where you are ready for sales calls, or at least you feel like you quote unquote need to be jumping on consults, discovery calls, whatever it is you want to call them. They are an inevitable part of being a brand new coach. Very rarely do coaches skip through sales calls. And I actually don't recommend it. I do recommend, and I don't create a lot of rules. I don't really reinforce a whole lot of things. But I do really recommend new coaches getting on sales calls with prospective clients because it's just a beautiful way to really understand more about what they need, what it is that you can offer them, who is the right aligned client for you. It helps answer a lot of questions in the very beginning and really speed up that process. So in this episode, I'm going to be talking about some sales call kind of sneak peeks that I share, some sales call secrets from inside Business Activation Academy. And my students get the full deal, like the whole shebang, but I will share a couple of things in this episode that I think are important. So let's get into it. The number one thing that I really recommend when you are setting up a call scheduler. So for example, if you're using Calendly or if you're using Schedulicity or any of the other incredible scheduling platforms out there, I've always used Calendly and I really enjoy it. What I like to do is set up the days. So for example, I used to do sales calls on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or I would pick like 2 or 3 days out of the week where it was just sales calls because they typically would take about an hour or like 45 minutes to an hour. And then if I had designated days, I might do them either back to back or do them with a little bit of a break in between. So that way you can really focus that day on sales calls, and it allows you to kind of prep beforehand. So that's what I would do, is schedule out the days. The next thing that I would do is, before even booking a call, there are required questions that my prospective clients have to fill out before jumping on this call with me. So some of the questions that I would ask are where they're at in their business. So if they have a coaching or service-based business, I also had an asterisk that this is a discovery call that is reserved for coaches or coaches to be. So essentially saying like, this is a call for people who are ready to work with me. And this turns away anyone who is trying to get free coaching or that is maybe a little bit unsure. It really allows you to weed out the people who are just not ready to take that leap just yet. I do also ask, what is your number one goal that you want to achieve through your business? One of the other questions I ask is my coaching program. So when it used to be a 4-figure investment, I would say my coaching program is a 4-figure investment. Are you ready to invest time and money into yourself to achieve your goals? And I have a couple of other questions on there as well. And then before I jump into the call, I give myself a little bit of time right before the call to kind of clear my head, create a couple of affirmations, or do a bit of a dance party, right? So listen to what your body needs, and you might even create your pre-call routine that you enjoy doing before you jump on these calls to kind of get yourself in the zone. Some of the thoughts and affirmations that I will hold in my head are: money flows my way effortlessly. My aligned clients are excited to pay me and excited to invest in my program. My aligned clients know that the transformation is in the transaction. Sometimes I like to stand in Wonder Woman pose and repeat these affirmations as well. And I remind myself that I provide tremendous value, and really reminding myself what my thoughts are about the offer. What are my thoughts about the program? Really selling myself first, because that way I kind of reinforce and like reaffirm like how much I love the program, and like even specific things, that I think of that come to mind that really light me up. And I think that's the thing that shows the most, is when an entrepreneur is so, calm, and they're coming from this energy of like, yeah, this is amazing. Like, why wouldn't you sign up? Like, you would be insane not to. Like, this sounds like an incredible offer. And then I would review their questionnaire answers. This is actually something I do once they come in. So like, for example, they book the call for like next Tuesday. I have all their answers in front of me. I will review their answers. And then if someone is really, really, really feeling unaligned, like it's almost like a why did they even book this call in the first place type of feeling, I will go in and either reach out to them and maybe clear up a couple of things, or if I feel like they're really truly not ready for the program that I have, I will go in and cancel the call, and I might offer something else, right? Either a lower ticket offer, or maybe if you have like a passive or a evergreen course that they might be a better fit for, then that's a good time to do a downsell if you don't feel like they're right for the coaching program. I also set up my automations so that they are showing up ready and on time. So I'll go over a couple of things that I do on the call. I won't break down every single thing. Those are for the students inside Business Activation Academy. So I really like to set the intention in the very beginning of the call. So letting people know, hey, thank you so much for booking this call with me. I'm going to ask a couple of questions, and we're going to discover your goals. And then I'm going to tell you how I can offer to help you. And if that makes sense and feels aligned for the both of us, we can talk about some options to work together. How does that sound? So that way in the very beginning, they know that this is not a free coaching call. They're not trying to kind of take over the call. You are the one creating that direction for them. And then they know at the end, you are going to be offering your program as as kind of the offer that they are being presented as the way for them to work with you, as the way that they're going to find some clarity through whatever it is that comes up during this call. So if you know my Elevate to Embodied model, so essentially, if you don't know what it is, Elevate to Embodied is really understanding where your aligned client wants to elevate from and then who they want to embody. So when they join your program in the very beginning, they're looking to elevate from their elevation zone. And then by the time they're finishing your offer, finishing your program, have gone through and done all of the work, they are now a new embodied version of themselves. So this is something that's really important to think about is what is the elevation zone that you have for your client and what is the embodied zone. So when you're on this call, you want to start with the elevation. So where are they at right now and why are they there? As well as what do they want to embody and why? And then towards the end of the call, I really like to focus on the transformation. So the transformation is the main thing that you want to get clear on. So why does this person want to become this, maybe it is a mom who wants to be a more conscious parent. Maybe it is a partner in a marriage who wants to create a healthier, more fulfilling relationship with their spouse, right? So really understanding the transformation for the offer and making sure that that aligns with your client's transformation allows it to be really seamless. So when you're talking about your program, when you're talking about your offer, you really focus on that end transformation, that embodied version, so that they can visualize themselves at that space in that time and be able to essentially trust you and trust that you're the best person to guide them there. Another thing that I really like to keep in mind during sales calls is to really listen more than you speak. People really enjoy feeling heard and also having their words repeated back to them as well. So paying attention, taking notes, really listening to what people have to say about their situation, about what hasn't worked for them, why they're on the call with you, really making them feel heard and validated without trying to change them or shame them or make them feel like they should be further along. This is a really important aspect of being an embodied and activated coach, is being able to hold space for your clients and prospective clients and giving them a taste of the energy that they would be able to experience inside your program once they have invested in you. All right, if you want to learn more about sales calls and how to do the one call close, meaning that you are closing a client, they are paying on the call with you, you want to check out Business Activation Academy, where I break that entire thing down and I offer a sales script and a walkthrough of sales calls so that you know exactly what to do, how to show up, how to book your first beta and paid clients in order to expand, in order to grow as a new coach. So if you're interested, more information about BAA is in the show notes. You can always DM me on Instagram for any questions at tiffanycheung.co, and I will catch you in the next episode. Thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe. If this episode resonated with you, please take a screenshot, share it on your Instagram stories, and tag me at tiffanycheung.co. I truly appreciate interacting with every one of you. Catch you all in the next one.